I recommend you don't practice on really good leads. These trying for dollars, reverse trying for dollars, government list leads, these are not the lists to be practicing on. You should practice with yourself, with others, heck, even with me. The smartest route to make $10,000 a month in wholesaling real estate. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you the smartest path, the smartest route this year to make over $10,000 every single month in wholesaling real estate. Now, this path might not be the easiest in the world, but what I can tell you is it is the smartest, most effective, and efficient way to make $10,000 a month in wholesaling real estate this year in 2023. It really comes down to how do you get a deal every single month the quickest and easiest way possible. And we're using our brains, we're not being the hustle bustle type person that's working 40 hours a week, marketing, going crazy, getting a deal. We are actually doing this the smart way. We are wholesaling real estate the smart way. And this is the way I want to show you absolutely for free today in wholesaling real estate. Before I get into it, do me a big favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So this is going to be a 5-step pronged approach, 5 processes, where there's basically 5 steps in this entire process on how to make $10,000 a month the smart and effective way. So let's talk about step number 1. This is, first of all, you're just going to talk to cash buyers. Now, this might be a little different than you've heard me before say, but we're doing this the smart way, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find cash buyers. Now, you can find this through your local property auctions, cold calling cash sales, cold calling the Zillow for rent list for landlords, going to cash sales on PropStream, listrei.com. Heck, any which way you can find a cash buyer, you should definitely do it starting out right now. The reason is it's going to help us with step 2 and 3. What we're going to do here is we're going to ask the cash buyers what areas they're looking to wholesale in. Most of the time, you're going to find the top 3 or top 4 zip codes that they like. These are going to be zip codes that might have low crime, but very cheap ARVs, or areas which they want to rent out properties or flip them. The point here is they're going to give you 3 zip codes mostly, and these are going to be the hottest zip codes in your market. So you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours researching the best zip codes. The cash buyers literally did it for you. On top of that, I want you to go to these Facebook groups and find real estate influencers or other people posting about how they're making all this money in this local market wholesaling. And I want you to find them posting their own wholesaling deals in those same groups you're finding cash buyers. The point is you're going to see them posting it in certain zip codes, and you should be able to steal the top zip codes they're getting deals in so you know exactly where the top zips are for your city or county. This can be for local wholesaling and for virtual wholesaling real estate. And let me give you a quick, really important secret. If you have a local wholesaler who's posting checks or bragging they're making so much money in your local market, try to figure out if you can find what address they're doing and then steal their cash buyer from this. This is a quick little side tangent. But if somebody's posting they made $50,000 wholesaling a deal at 143 Main Avenue, I want you to look up 143 Main Avenue on public record and see who's the owner on record. That's going to be the cash buyer, and you can actually find one for free. I can tell you, every time somebody posts a check in a Facebook group and I see the address on the bottom right-hand corner, I always, if it's in my local market, find the owner and figure out that's the cash buyer, and I put them on my cash buyers list. It's absolutely for free. Step number 2 here is we're actually going to market to those zip codes. So if our cash buyer said that the 43444 area code is the best zip code ever and that's where I want to buy, we're going to go after that area. How do we find motivated sellers in the zip code? Simply, all we have to do is pull the government list, right? These are lists I've talked about a lot. These are your code violations, your water shutoff, your tax delinquency list, your tax lien list, your IRS credit card debt lien list, your IRS debt lien lists, fire damaged properties, probates, goes on and on and on forever. This is all stuff I teach in my free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. Now, on top of that, if you are locally wholesaling, so if you're virtually wholesaling, I highly recommend you cold call or SMS text blast that list. Again, if you want to learn how to do those things, just go to freewholesaling.com. Now, if you're locally wholesaling, I would find that list, pull it, and not pay for skip tracing. I would reverse drive for dollars that list instead, which is basically going around and pulling a list, let's say 50 pre-foreclosures in the area, and getting a route. Google Maps has it. You can use something like dmzach.com, which is Deal Machine, where you can actually just put the routes in there and make a route to reverse drive for dollars. And you can just put yellow sticky notes on these properties. I would put something on the sticky note, something like, hey, this is Zach, I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. That's definitely an amazing way to actually go out here and find these motivated sellers come to you, actually calling you by just putting their sticky notes on the houses. And it's gonna be a lot more effective than cold calling, texting, and direct mail. And it's super cheap. And when you're reverse driving for dollars in those areas, you're also gonna find ugly houses around those. I want to get their phone numbers and addresses, reverse drive for dollars, just put a sticky note on those other houses in between, and then cold call that list of everyone who doesn't call you back. I would say 30 to 40% of those people on the sticky notes are going to call you back. So cold call the 60% that they didn't call you back. You'll probably get a quarter or 30% of a response rate back from those people, a contact rate, which means you actually contacted roughly 65 to 70% of that entire list, where most wholesalers in your local market are only contacting 25 to 30% in that entire list. Which means with reverse trying for dollars and cold calling that list on top of it, you reach an extra 40% more people, more contacts, which means you're doing 40% more marketing with the same amount of time and effort. That's how you work smarter, not harder. On top of that, start drawing for dollars and do a lot more with that. That being said, if you're going to be cold calling, I recommend if you're brand new getting into wholesaling real estate and you want to start practicing and really getting your skills up on cold calling, I recommend you don't practice on really good leads. These trying for dollars, reverse trying for dollars, government list leads, these are not the lists to be practicing on. You should practice with yourself, with others, heck, even with me. You already know you can go to my free one-on-one coaching calls at Wholesaling Houses For Real, my Facebook group. And you know on my live streams, you can hop on and actually talk to me for free. And I'll do a free one-on-one coaching call with you and I'll practice with you. On top of that, I would recommend that you cold call at least 50 for sale by owner leads in your local market or wherever you're wholesaling in, and just call 50 Zillow for sale by owner leads of at least 100 days plus listing age, and just call them and give an offer on the property. At least do 65 to 70% of the listing value as your MAO, your max allowable offer, and just call them. The worst they say is no, and use it as just practice for your cold calling, rapport building, and how to talk to sellers. I recommend you use the MCTP approach, which is motivation, condition, time frame, price, which is basically the script I use for talking to sellers. Now, I know I'm throwing you a lot of information, but remember, this is all at freewholesaling.com, so you can learn exactly how to wholesale from A to Z the right way. Step number 3, your marketing is going down and you're getting the fruits of your labor. Now you're gonna have some leads coming in. People are saying, hey, I wanna sell my property. From there, you set the appointment or you condition the seller or you get ready for the virtual wholesaling appointment. You get the property under contract, then you bring that over to a cash buyer, the ones, remember, in step 1 that we talked to, and say, hey, Mr. Cash Buyer, remember when you told me the 32211 area code was the best area code? Well, guess what? I locked up an insanely great deal for you in that area code you requested from me. We're saying this for 2 big reasons. Number 1, we're not gonna make them feel bad, but we're gonna really force them to say, hey, you told me to do this and now I found you a deal. Now you really don't have any excuse not to want to buy this property. And this is gonna increase your chance that that buyer is actually gonna want to buy that property. Then give it to them for a good deal. Make sure you make some money, they make some money. Assign the contract for a big profit. Get your nice wholesaling real estate check and repeat. Guys, this is the smartest route to make over $10,000 a month in wholesaling real estate, and it doesn't require too much effort. The biggest tip for you I can give to you if you want to make more than $10,000 a month is not to double your marketing, but just to lowball more. If you want to go from making $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month, the key super secret is just lowball. I'm telling you guys, if you just lowball even harder, you'll probably make an extra $10, $15, even $20,000 every single deal. That's going to yield you so much more profits and results and a lot more of that money. So guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a big favor, make sure you go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, and make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.